What's up, gamers? Back this time with just kind of a card update. Blizzard tweeted out the other day they're going to be changing some cards in the set. As to be expected, the meta is kind of dominated by Mage, Warrior, and Priest right now, and they're kind of trying to shut that down and like open it up to more things. So this all happens on the 26th is when it will go live. So 2 more days at this point. The first card they're changing is Condors Calling, which 3 to 4 mana is not huge. But because it's twin spell, it's effectively increasing it by 2. So it's gonna slow down like a little bit of the giant stuff that Mage likes to do, which is really good for everyone playing against it. But I don't think it's too bad for Mage. Like I believe this card's still gonna see pretty much the same amount of play if this deck even survives after the next nerf, which is Luna's Pocket Galaxy, which is really the card that made the deck, right? Because it was 7 mana originally, no one played it because it was way too slow. The card was garbage. They buffed it to 5, and it instantly becomes the best card in the entire game. So with this nerf, they're reverting it back to 7. 6 mana, it might have still been playable, but 7, it kind of goes back into that unplayable range. So this effectively is pretty much going to kill the big Mage. We might still see a little bit, but as a whole, probably not going to have to worry about decks with Calico, Tiamat, Antonidas, and just all the 10 cost cards that are reduced to 1. You're not going to have to worry about getting 30 mana worth of minions on your opponent's side of the board in 1 turn, because this card probably is going to not see any more play, so it's probably dead, which is really good for everyone who doesn't have $1 million to spend on crafting all the cards in that deck, because it was kind of oppressive, super expensive. So I think this one is a good change. I'll take it. The next one is Warrior, changing Dr. Boom, which was expected again. But I don't think 9 mana is going to kill the card. It's going to make it a little too slow. You probably can't keep it in your opening hand anymore, because that 7 mana Dr. Boom in your opening hand was the best card to have in your opening hand. 7 mana, do nothing except gain 7 armor, and you want it in your opening hand. That's kind of insane. 9 mana, it's still playable. You can still pull off like the on turn 10. You can shield slam something, because you still have that extra mana. You can use shield slam, get 7 damage off on something, which is still really helpful. So I don't think it's going to kill the card. I think it's still going to be a really good card, but just won't be as oppressive as it was on turn 7. You could get a hero power in, and you can still shield slam, so that kind of helped make up for the tempo of doing nothing essentially on that turn. But with 9 mana, you kind of lose a lot of tempo, but there's still some potential there. I still think it's going to be a really good card. Priest, they're again reverting a buff they did because it made the deck insane. So extra arms. Just buff some minions +2/+2, and the Priest combo deck, you could just Divine Spirit, Inner Fire, and get up to like 30 attack in 1 turn, and just out of nowhere completely kill your opponent. Which realistically is all Priest has ever done. It's always been like combo decks. Dragon Priest, I guess, existed for a while, but it's never really been a top tier until this combo Priest came out, really. And the nerf to extra arms is going to slow down a ton, right? Because that's just 1 mana, but it's effectively 2 because you're going to have 2 of these cards. And it's just it really changes what you're able to do in 1 turn and the amount of damage you'll be able to put off because of increasing by 2 mana. So that's going to have a huge impact on that deck until they decide to Hall of Fame Divine Spirit and Inner Fire. But for now, that deck's going to be slowed down significantly. We'll see if it still sees play. I'm not really sure. The last one is really just a wild change. They're changing Barnes, who came out like forever ago. Just changing him up by 1 mana kind of slowed down because there's a lot of 1/1s that could have crazy effects and res effects. Like Ragnaros, you could get Malagos or something like that. It's going to have a huge res effect if you're able to get off 1/1 and then res it back as a full minion later. So that kind of slows down the wild meta. It doesn't really affect most people. I feel like most people are playing standard, but I don't know, maybe not. Maybe it'll affect you if you play wild. But these changes all go through 2 days from now. So a lot of decks are going to be slowed down. Control Warrior, I think, is still going to be really good. It's probably the least affected out of all of these because that card's still going to see play. But it will change the metagame a little bit, so we'll see what happens. Peace.